Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to everyone. Myself Asma Anjum Nadab from Department of Economics, Anglo-Urdu Girls PU College, Hubli. So we are going to discuss today the theory of consumer behavior, which is the second chapter of microeconomics part 1. So here in this chapter, we are going to see today few important topics. So the few important topics as highlighted here are meaning of consumer behavior, utility analysis. Under utility analysis, two concepts we are going to discuss here. One is cardinal utility analysis and another one is ordinal utility analysis. The next topic what we are going to discuss here is that is measures of utility. So measures of utility, here again two topics we are going to discuss there. One is total utility and second one is marginal utility. The last thing which is very important, which we are going to discuss in this session, is the law of diminishing marginal utility, which is one of the most important law here. Now let's start with the meaning of consumer behavior. Dear students, we have observed that in the market, many people they come in the market and they purchase many of the things, and many of the people they don't purchase few things, and there is price differentiation. The quantity will be differ there. The people are going to purchase the commodities on the basis of different prices. So here the question arises, what makes these people to differentiate the product? Why the purchasing pattern of the consumer that changes? So here that is the answer for the consumer behavior, that the consumer, we have to understand this concept, we have to go with the meaning of consumer behavior. So in this chapter we are going to discuss to all these questions what we have arised here, and the objective of this chapter is to discuss how the consumer behavior is going to change there. Next slide. So the theory of consumer behavior studies how consumers spend their income to attain maximum satisfaction or utility. So as we know that in the last chapter what we have discussed, so income of a consumer that is limited. For each and every person, each and every individual on the earth, their income is limited. But the satisfaction or the utility, what we are going to gain from that limited income, that is unlimited. We are never going to satisfy our wants because our income is limited. To satisfy this income, from this income, what we are going to purchase, that is going to be studied under the consumer behavior. So the next slide, that is going to show us utility analysis. So in the first slide what we have seen, the two important terms are there. One is the limited income, second thing was utility. So here we have to understand the utility analysis. So what does the utility say here? So utility analysis means, or the meaning of utility means in general terms we can say that all those things, utility means, pause. So the meaning of utility. So utility means want satisfying power of a commodity or services. So here we can understand that anything which we use in our day-to-day life, it may be clothes, it may be food, it may be books, pens, everything what we use in our day-to-day life, that possesses some kind of utility which is going to give us the satisfaction. So that satisfaction itself is called as the utility in economic terms. So everything, it may be paper, pen, book, everything what we use in our daily life, it possesses some kind of utility which is going to give us the satisfaction. Now the thing is here, there are two main approaches to study or to understand the utility. So economics has widely given two important measures here to understand the utility approach. The first thing is here cardinal utility analysis, and the second thing is ordinal utility analysis. Let's see what is cardinal utility analysis. So cardinal utility analysis, it assumes that utility can be expressed in numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the numerical form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that may continue to the last. And the next thing, ordinal utility analysis. So here the ordinal utility analysis, it assumes that level of utility can be expressed in ranks, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, that is in the Roman numbers. Here we can understand it may be ranks, order or preferences. So we will understand, first we will try to understand cardinal utility analysis today. with the help of law of diminishing marginal utility and other aspects here. So as I have told you that the cardinal utility analysis, that is going to express in numbers. Numbers in the sense, we can take the example now. Suppose I am going to consume, I have a basket of mangoes, and that mangoes I can say that by consumption of first mango, I have got 10 units of utility or 10 utils of utility. So the number what I am going to express here, the 10 units or 10 utils, that is called as the cardinal utility. Or by consuming the second unit of mango, I may say that I have got 8 units of utility or 8 utils. So it is going to express that the term, the numbers what I am using here, that is the cardinal utility analysis is going to express in numbers. So the next thing what we are going to see here is measures of utility. To understand the cardinal utility analysis, here we have to go with the two important terms. So as we know, cardinal utility analysis, that is going to express the utility in numerical form. To understand the numerical forms, how it is going to add up or how our utility is going to subscribe or that is going to decrease. So that is here we are using two terms, that is total utility analysis and another one is marginal utility analysis. So total utility analysis is the amount of utility satisfaction that a consumer gains from consuming a given amount of goods or services over a period. It is represented as TUN. So here we can see that the total sum of utility after consumption of a basket of mangoes or 10 units of mango, what total utility I have gained, that is called as the total utility. Suppose by consumption of first mango, I have got 10 utility, and by consumption of second mango, I have got 8 units of utility, and by consumption of third mango, I may have got 2 units of utility. That means 10, 8 plus 2, that is 20. That is the total utility. So total utility that can be expressed in the form that total utility is calculated by TU is equal to U1 plus U2 plus U3. That means U1 we can take as we have taken the example first mango, second mango, third mango, like that. By adding all the things, what amount I am going to get as a total, that amount that is represented as total utility there. So here the next, hope you have understood the concept of total utility here. The next thing what we can say here is that is marginal utility. So marginal utility, that is one of the important concept what we have to understand under the consumer behavior. So marginal utility is the addition to the total utility obtained from the consumption of one more unit of commodity. It can be calculated with the help of following formula as given here. So here marginal utility can be analyzed as that is the addition utility. Marginal term itself indicates that the addition in the utility. Utility of what? That is the total utility. What total utility I have gained, in that by consumption of one more unit, what additional utility I am going to gain, that is called as the marginal utility here. Suppose I have taken, just now I have taken the example that I have consumed 3 mangoes. First mango has given me 10 units of utility, second mango has given me 8 units of utility, and third mango has given me 2 units of utility. So total utility was 20. Now I have further consumed 4th mango. By consumption of 4th mango, my utility, that 4th mango has given me 4 units of utility or 1 unit of utility. Suppose take 4th mango has given me 1 unit of utility. So what it shows that 20 plus 1, that is 21 is my total utility now. 21 is total utility, but that addition 1, that is 4th mango, what utility I have gained from the 4th mango, that 1 utility, that is represented as marginal utility here. That by consumption of extra unit, that is the 4th unit of mango, I have gained 1 more unit of utility, that is the marginal utility. So here to calculate marginal utility, we use this formula, mu is equal to Tu minus Tun minus 1. Tu is going to represent mu, marginal utility, Tu is going to represent total utility. Now the thing is Tun minus 1. So the n minus, Tu is again total utility here, n minus 1, that is the previous value, present value of total utility minus previous value. So by minusing that, what units we are going to get, that is called as the marginal utility here. As I have taken the example, 20 was our present value and minus TUN minus 1, that is 21 minus 20, that is our previous value. 21 minus 20 is equal to 1. 1 is our marginal utility, that is the 1 is our additional utility. Next. Now the last thing what we are going to discuss here, that is the most important concept, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. So the law of diminishing marginal utility, it is one of the basic law in microeconomic concept we can say here. So on the basis of this marginal utility and law of diminishing marginal utility analysis, many of the law are based. So the law of diminishing marginal utility, it was first formulated by German economics H.H. Gosson in the year 1854. You can see the picture here of H.H. Gosson. The next thing here is, because it was firstly formulated by H.H. Gosson, this law is also called as Gosson's first law. The next thing, this law was laterly popularized by Professor Alfred Marshall, who is the founder of neoclassical economics. So you can see the picture of Alfred Marshall here. So the next thing, what is the statement of the law? The law, we know that always the theories or the laws are based on some statements which has been given by this economics. So the statement of the law here, it has been given. The law states that as the consumer increases the consumption of any one commodity, keeping constant all other commodities, the marginal utility of the variable commodity must eventually declines. So this is the statement actually what has been given by the economics, but in general sense what we can understand here is, when we go on consuming more and more units of the commodity, the total utility will increase. Our total utility will increase. And if we continue further for the consumption of some more units of commodity, our total utility will, after some period of time, it will start declining. When it starts declining, the marginal utility will become zero at certain point, and further if we continue the same consumption of this commodity, the marginal utility will become zero, or after zero it will become negative. That means when we go on consuming more and more units of commodity, after a certain period of time we have to stop the consumption of that commodity. If we don't stop there, that will become negative, that may come out here. So here we have taken one example, picture I have given here. In the example we can take, if I am hungry, I am going to consume the first burger. This first burger is going to give me highest utility, that is represented in the bar diagram here. First burger, because I am hunger, I am going to eat it, and I am going to get the maximum satisfaction here. If I continue for the second burger, if I want to consume the second burger, I consume it, but it will not give me the same level of utility as represented in the bar diagram here. The utility is not equal to the first burger here, because already I have consumed here. So this is the human nature. The utility is going to decrease because I have already consumed the first burger. So by the second burger, the utility is going to decline. If further I continue to consume the third burger, it is going to give me the zero utility, that is negligible utility, because I have already consumed two burgers. Now I am not hunger there, and the utility is going to remain negligible, that is like zero here. So by this diagram or by this picture we can understand that if we go on consuming more and more units of commodities, that will give us the less and less satisfaction, which will become zero at certain time. Next. So all the theories or all the laws are based on some assumptions in economics. So few assumptions are there for the law of diminishing marginal utility also here. So the first assumption says that various units of goods are homogeneous. So first term, what does the homogeneous means here? That homogeneous means same, which are going to remain the same in the size, quality, quantity, everything. The commodities what we are going to consume, that is going to remain the same. As we have seen, the same burger, the quality will remain the same, the quantity will remain the same, the flavor will also remain the same. There will be no change. The next assumption says that there is no time gap between consumption of the different units. That means while consuming the commodities, there will be no time gap in between the consumption of these commodities. So the third assumption says consumer is rational. There is necessity of consumers' rationality, because irrational consumers are not going to behave in a natural sense. The fourth assumption says that taste, preference, income and fashion remain unchanged. Taste, preference, income, all these things are there which are going to change the human behavior, or what we can say the satisfaction level that is going to increase or decrease. To make this unchanged, what they have given the assumption, taste, preference, income and fashion are going to remain unchanged. That will remain unchanged, that will remain constant. They are not going to change while we are going to apply this law. And the last assumption says here, no change in the price of the goods. What commodities we are going to consume, at that time the price of that commodity, for first burger also the price will remain same, for the second burger also the price will remain same, and for the third burger also the price will remain same. The price of that commodity is not going to change there. Next. So the explanation of the law. So what does the law says here? So we'll take the example of to understand this law here. Suppose a person consumes first apple. He derives the highest level of utility and the intensity of desire declines. So by consumption of first apple, he derives the highest level of utility, as we have seen in the burgers example. Whenever we are going to consume the first unit, that is going to give us the highest level of utility. And if we go on consuming more units of that same commodity, the utility is going to decline there. The desire will decline there. The desire to consume that commodity will decline there. The next thing is here, if he consumes second apple, he will get lesser satisfaction than first. If the consumer go on consuming the second apple, the desire will decline and the utility also will decline at the same time. If he continues to consume more and more apples, utility from each apple goes on diminishing as the intensity of his desire goes on diminishing. So as the intensity of consumption of that particular apple will go on decreasing, the utility will also go on decreasing there. So it shows that the marginal utility will go on declining there. The last one we can say here, further if he continues to consume more apple, marginal utility will become negative. So as I have already told you that if we go on consuming more and more units of commodity, that is going to give us the less and less satisfaction. After a certain period of time, if we continue that, it will become zero, then it will go on becoming negative. That is, here it indicates that we have to stop our consumption. Here we have to stop our consumption. That has been explained with the help of law of diminishing marginal utility. Next. So this law can be explained with the help of graphical representation here, that is by the table and with the help of diagram. So in the table we can see that, again we have taken the same example of apple here. In the table, three things has been represented. One is units of apple consumed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and total utility is measured here, and marginal utility is also measured here. And in the diagram we'll see it later. So the first thing, if suppose I am going to consume the first apple, by consumption of first apple I am getting 8 units of total utility. That means that is the maximum utility what I am going to get, that is consumption of first utility, first unit of commodity I am getting the maximum utility here. By consumption of first apple, 8 units of utility, total utility I am getting, and marginal utility will remain the same here, that is 8. As we have taken those, we have seen the formula there, that is TU is equal to TUN minus 1. So TU is our 8 and TUN minus 1, that is 0. Here before 8 there is no previous value. That's why 8 minus 0 is equal to 8. Okay. The next thing here, by consumption of second unit of commodity or second unit of apple, I am going to get 13 units of total utility. So 13 units of total utility, that total utility is increasing, but what about the marginal utility here? It is decreasing. How is it so? So 13 minus 8, that is TUN minus 1. Remember the formula of marginal utility there. MU is equal to TU minus TUN minus 1. TU is 13 and TUN minus 1 is 18. 13 minus 8, that is 5. So total, like that, if I go on consuming the third apple, fourth apple and fifth apple, my total utility